You will not.
No.
You will not.
No.
Thank you for the YouTube moment. That was Terry Seymour.
You've said a lot of other things on your rants that were derogatory towards Christians, towards Republicans, towards a lot of people in our community. And my question for you is, how do you reconcile that with yourself? How do you reconcile that with the community, the public? Because a lot of the things that you say up here is quite different from a lot of those things that you're saying on the rants. Thank you so much.
The job I'm applying for is to represent you in the government. I believe in limited government. You think it's funny for me to believe in limited government? I thought we were with Republicans. I believe in limited government, and I believe in private property rights. You got to be very careful when you hear some of the answers here, where people talk about controlling what people can put on their property. Government has powers. These powers are limited. Thank God for that. And my role is to make sure those powers don't get out of hand. You have an issue with me in my private life, you can deal with me privately. That's fine. I'm running for public office here. I'm ready to represent you and your rights. That's my track record on the city council. I'm happy to do that, to defend your rights. Thank you.
Your private life is actually a big part of your public life because it's part of your character. So I'm going to say that first before I ask you my question, because it is also about your rants. As you know, I am part of the Kootenai County Republican Central Committee, which you are also on. And on your rants, let me take my glasses off so I can look at my notes. You have called us a white supremacist, nut job, puppets, and racist, and many more mean things. I take that very personally. So my question to you is, how do you expect us to believe anything that you say when you so blatantly lie about a committee that you pretend to be on?
I will defend myself, and I will criticize people when they are wrong. If you had an opportunity to condemn racism on the Central Committee, you blew it because you didn't. That was presented to you and you didn't. You doubled down on a white supremacist, and I will not stand for that. We had them here in Hayden Lake for 20 years, and it took forever to get rid of them. And to have the official party, the official Republican Party, refuse to condemn someone who openly embraces white supremacy is wrong. And if you people don't, you will give me my time. You told Christians not to vote for me. You judged me by my faith. You will not.
No. Give him his time. Give him his time.
Thank you for the YouTube moment. That was Terry Seymour, who took away my right of speech right here, a member of this committee who refused to condemn racism, who refused to condemn white supremacy, and I will stand up against that. You can hate me all you want. I will do what I think is right. I'm sorry that you have had your feelings hurt by me. That is a personal thing, and for that, I feel for you. You cannot tell me that and be a part of a committee that refuses to condemn white supremacy, that votes unanimously. How can Mr. Regan say that you are all independent thinkers and critical thinkers when you go to the state convention and he crows about the fact that 70 of you vote unanimously? There is no critical thinking. You use me as an example of what happens to someone who dares to challenge your cult. And then you attack me and say to other people, if you do that, we will do to you what we did to Kootenai.
Okay,
we will shut him down.
Who has a question for another candidate?
I want to thank you for your time. I'm obviously not welcome here. I appreciate the attitude from many of you, including this woman who is a Christian and goes to school, goes to church every Sunday. Remember what Christ said about how we treat our enemies.
Yes.
And what the way you have just treated me. I am not welcome here.
Jesus also flipped tables. Yeah. So you know.
Okay, so who has a question for another candidate?
Anita does.
Thank you for the YouTube moment.